welcome back, everybody. So we're here at Deft Brewery with the owner Mo. So tell me a little bit about the place and like how you kind of got started.
How did Deft Brewing get started? I was a home brewer.
Nice.
And kind of was just enjoying homebrewing as a hobby, and essentially had an opportunity in my career. I had started as a mechanical engineer, and I'd done all sorts of things, basically in operations, supply chain, logistics, and
so kind of like led up from there to being more into like the homebrew and then business.
Well, yeah, and then along the way I had picked up a lot of business skills, and then I kind of got to the point in my career where I was kind of done with it, done with the typical corporate world and some of the politics involved and everything. And
I could see that.
I had a lot of fun, and I had a good career, but decided wanted to do something completely different. And I had a love for beer and for homebrewing.
I mean, who doesn't, and especially in this area?
Exactly. And so decided the combination of taking my hobby to another level, but also realizing that I had this skill set, be it my engineering background, which brewing has requires home brewing and pro brewing requires a lot of engineering,
right?
A lot of ingenuity, a lot of deftness, which is part of the reason why we named it Deft Brewing. You have to be clever. You have to you're constantly dealing with problems, and you have to figure out workarounds or solutions. And
I was going to have something like on the fly in case something goes wrong.
Right, exactly. So just given my business background, I had kind of an entrepreneurial bent going all the way back from when I was in college. I started a small software business related to fantasy football, and it was a great little business. We didn't make much money, but we were way ahead of the curve on
nowadays,
fantasy football.
That's a whole other thing.
No, I wish my timing would have been better, but we learned a lot from that business, and then so I always knew that I would end up starting something. I just didn't know what it was, and this was the opportunity to jump back into entrepreneurialism and entrepreneurship, I guess I should say.
Right.
And utilizing the skills that I've kind of developed not only as a home brewer but as a business person, as an engineer, and as a scientist, and putting it all together. And here we are.
Yeah, we are the great Deft Brewery. So I know you said you're a home brewer. When you were like doing homebrew, like was there any kind of like specific styles you were doing, or like mainly, or just kind of like experimenting here and there?
I was doing a lot of experimentation. I was doing mostly European styles because, to be totally honest with you, I didn't come into craft brewing being a craft beer enthusiast for decades. I'm not one of those folks. I've always actually enjoyed European import beers.
They're pretty good too.
They're very good, and as specifically from Germany, Belgium, and British beers. And so that actually is reflected in our menu now, and it also was reflected in the beers that I was brewing as a home brewer. And then I really kind of worked on those more traditional styles and tried to perfect them as best I could, but then modifying them a little bit to so that they would, I guess, be more accepted here in the U.S. Because there are certain styles that are great traditional styles. And if you have them in a pub and outside of London or something, it just tastes fantastic.
Yeah,
but
it's like
it doesn't necessarily. What's it?
It's like the go-to.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. And then, but it doesn't necessarily translate well here in the U.S. And not to mention the fact that a lot of European beers that you get here in the U.S., they've been packaged, and they've been, they're not super fresh because they've come across the pond, and so this is an opportunity to provide our interpretation of those traditional styles, but in a very fresh way.
Right.
Fresh ingredients, brewed fresh, but also some fresh ideas too.
Right. It's like Well, I've definitely had some like European beers, and I'm pretty sure like they'd definitely be like way better at the source because like you were saying, like they definitely travel a long ways to get to where you are, and then who knows how long they've been sitting on the shelf as well.
Exactly.
And then kind of like, well, it's a guessing game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still good, but they would be better.
Yes, I agree. And we've had so many great quotes here in the tasting room here. But one of my favorites is a gentleman from Belgium.
Okay.
Who's come in a number of times. He loves our beer. In particular, he loves our Belgian Tripel.
Oh, nice. I think I had that last time I was here.
It's definitely a great beer. But he gave me the quote. He told me, "Coming to Deft is like an inexpensive trip back to Belgium." And to me, that kind of that's exactly what I love to hear. When it tastes familiar to them, he grew up drinking Belgian beers, Trappist beers, and he enjoyed them. And I can't say that ours is an identical match to any of those beers, but it's brewed in that tradition, and it's very fresh. So people really enjoy those, and as do I. So
I mean, I think you guys definitely have like a niche market. Just because I don't see a lot of breweries doing European style beers.
Right.
They're all about like, well, not so much now, but they were about the whole like West Coast like super IPA. Like a lot of breweries do like IPAs, but not that like West Coast style anymore. I don't know. That's what I've just been seeing around town.
Yeah. We embrace IPAs. I love IPAs. Personally, I like a little more malt character in my IPAs, and I like a little bit of balance there to balance the hoppiness, the bitterness. And the IPAs that we put on our menu is reflective of that. Our IPAs tend to be brewed more like an English IPA, where there is a little more malt character, using European ingredients primarily. Then we finish it with American hops, so that familiar, dry hopped with some familiar American hops, maybe something that's very citrusy, like a Citra or Mosaic or a Centennial, and again, to make it more familiar, but yet it's still got that nice malt backbone. To kind of balance things out a little bit.
That's what I think about a good beer is like it needs balance. Like when the whole like hop craze was like everybody's just like hops. That was about it. There wasn't really much else to go on with just the hops.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I still like a good hoppy, bitter IPA every once in a while. But
same here.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I think. What you see on our menus, typically we, of our 15 taps, usually we have about 3 IPAs on tap. They're all delicious IPAs, but that's kind of representative of when my wife and I go out to tasting rooms or go out to a bar, let's say. I'll order an IPA about 20% of the time, but more often I'm looking for more, some interesting new styles.
Right.
And that, again, that's reflective of what we try to do with our menu here. So we definitely don't abandon the IPAs, and they certainly have their place here, and I love IPAs, but we try to not to focus so much on the IPAs and providing more tap space for some unique styles.
Definitely can agree with that. So kind of going with that, so a little bit. So when did Deft Brewery, the whole kind of like project brewery, like come about, or like when did it start?
It started. So we've been open a little over a year now, about 15, 16 months. It's been a good ride so far. The whole project started maybe another 2.5 years before that, when I got the idea to do it. Again, I was kind of at a crossroads in my career and decided, you know what, we're going to go for it. This was another thing I didn't mention before was this was an opportunity to stay here in San Diego. If I would have followed my career, we would have been basically forced to move elsewhere in the country, around the country. we didn't want to move. We wanted to stay in
San Diego. I mean, you can see with the
It's
beautifulness today.
yeah. I mean, this is the San Diego we know and love, and in particular Bay Park here. So we live in Bay Park, just a couple miles away from here. So this was our goal, was to open our own little brewery here in Bay Park to cater to hopefully attract folks from around the county and outside the county, but specifically really hoping to attract folks from all the great neighborhoods right in this area, from Bay Park, Bayho, Claremont, Linda Vista, Mission Valley, Mission Hills.
Because it's all super close.
Point Loma, all super close, and we have a lot of breweries, a lot of selection here in San Diego,
definitely.
But in this specific area, we feel like there aren't too many, and we definitely provide a unique offering.
Yeah, I haven't really seen. I mean, the only other, it's not really breweries around here, well, besides Ballast Point, but that's like also their home brew mart. I mean, Benchmark's over there, but that's just a tasting room. Other than that, I don't really think there's any other breweries around here.
Yeah,
at least I can think of.
Yeah, we've got a few within a mile or two of here, and some very good ones. But again, I think our offerings are all very different. So it's not like we don't feel like we're competing against them. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of the owners, a lot of the employees at many of those breweries around here, and we have a great relationship with them, which is nice. I love the collaborative nature of this industry. So, but key thing is that there's room for all of us.
Definitely.
As long as we all strive to make good beer, and we differentiate ourselves and make something unique, which we're trying to do, and I think we're doing well at it.
So you're saying about collab together. Do you have any plans maybe to collab with another brewery sometime in the future?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we've gotten a number of requests to do collaborations. I'll be honest with you, it's just it's just a matter of my bandwidth, and I'm wearing too many hats, and I'm doing too many things. So it's kind of one of those things that I've always wanted to do, and I wanted to start doing them, but I just it hasn't been a top priority for me. I'm more focused right now on on our menu, on our beers, on improving production, on the tasting room, the customer experience. I really want to get all those things nailed down, and then do some of the things that I'd like to do. But kind of more focus on what I consider more some of the most critical aspects, and things like marketing is we don't do a whole lot of marketing, and we've been growing organically without a lot of marketing, so it's actually been working well. I'm sorry?
It's nice too to just grow like organically and like just have the people know.
That's actually it is a good way to grow, and we've developed a really nice clientele here at Deft, doing it that way. But we're obviously eager to grow, and so to grow more and grow a little faster. So we do need to do a little bit more marketing, and that, quite honestly, that's one way of doing it, is by doing collaboration. So that's just that's another thing on my task list that I'll get to at some point. And I know there are a lot of great brewers and great breweries out there that I'd love to collab with, and as I mentioned, a number of them have reached out to us already, so there's an interest too.
Yeah, there's definitely the interest for it. So let's see, do you have any other future beers coming out that people would like to know about, or
let's see,
anything new on the menu or new to be on the menu?
So so as you probably know, we're focused on the German, the Belgian, the British, and the Irish styles. So we've got our core beers, like let's say a Belgian single and a Belgian triple, brewed in the Trappist style. We've got some great dark beers, British dark beers, like our English porters is awesome. We've got some nice IPAs. We've got some nice lighter beers, like we've got a Kolsch that's called Bay Park Blonde.
Yeah, the one that just finished.
Yeah, it's very crushable and very drinkable.
Delicious.
It's a great summer beer. So we've got a honey version of that too. So we've got a lot of those styles, but we are looking to do some more interesting styles. We just rolled out a best bidder. which is
That sounds
kind of
pretty
like,
good.
I guess you could call it kind of the baby brother of an ESB, an
Okay.
extra special bitter. So it's got that nice, malty character, but it's got that kind of lingering bitterness to
Right.
it, but not, different than an IPA.
It's like balanced, not overpowering.
Yeah. So that's a really good beer. We just tapped that. We've got a dry hop saison coming on soon. That our brewer Mike Finn, who's working back there right now, that's his birthday beer. So
Oh, nice, awesome.
So we'll be doing that. We're also going to be doing some more German beers for the summer. Some lagers. We've got a Helles coming up. We'll probably be doing some other lagers, like perhaps a Pilsner, a Märzen, some other things as we get into summer and fall and Oktoberfest. So we've got those kinds of styles coming up too. So.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait for those. I'll definitely have to come back when they're ready. But what days are you open and times that you're open?
So we're open 7 days a week. We are open Monday through Thursday. We open at 4 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday we open at noon.
Okay.
And then we close at 9 p.m. every day except for Sunday.
Okay.
So, as I mentioned, we have events here. We have food trucks here occasionally. Occasionally we do live music, original music.
Nice.
Here. We host a lot of parties here. Believe it or not, even baby showers. We've done quite a few baby showers
awesome.
here. So, which is something I wouldn't have anticipated.
I wouldn't see a baby shower at a brewery, but I guess it happens.
it happens, and it makes a lot of sense. It's a way of getting both.
I guess
all the spouses out.
That's true.
Sometimes it's sometimes one of the spouses wants to go and the other one doesn't want to, but if you throw beer in there, then it becomes a little more attractive to both. So
it feels like it's a win-win. Like you have great beer, and then you have people who just want to show up to enjoy great beer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the groups that we've had here have been a lot of fun. They enjoy the casual, relaxing atmosphere. And it's a nice setting, especially now that it's warming up. This patio, as I mentioned, it's a great patio. We actually grow hops right here on the patio. We just harvested them for our wet hop. They came about 4 months late, believe it or not, but
at least they came.
Better late than never.
Yep.
And we ended up with a great wet hop beer called Patio Hops and Geysers.
Oh, nice.
And we'll be growing hops again next year, and hopefully we'll harvest in September when most others harvest. So, it's a cool thing to be able to come here and see the plants, growing throughout the summer. You just see them continue to grow,
right.
And we grow the vines up and over the patio.
Nice.
So it makes for a really nice.
A little bit of shade too.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice. So.
Well, that's awesome. Where can people find your brewery, or what's your address?
We're at 5328 Banks Street. We're located kind of on the south end of Bay Park. Basically, where Bay Park, Linda Vista, and West Mission Valley kind of all come together, just north of Old Town, north of I-8, and we're just off of Morena Boulevard. It's a great place to come if people want more information about Deft. You can follow us at Deft Brewing.
Is that your Instagram handle?
That's Instagram and Facebook at Deft Brewing, DEFT, or www.deftbrewing.com. You can go to our website and get on our mailing list. And we send out emails. I personally send out emails about once a week or so, with our updated calendar.
Oh, nice.
And information about events or things we have coming up. So there are definitely various ways of getting information about us. But we're a great place. We're a little hidden back here, so it might be use Google Maps or whatever to find us. But
technology.
technology. But But the general location is actually very central, so we're very easy to get to off of the I-5 or I-8.
Yeah, it's not hard at all to get here at all.
Yeah. So,
anything else? Anything more they want people to know about?
no, I think I just invite everybody to come on out, check us out. We've got this great spot here, indoor, outdoor. We've got a great, very open, airy, bright tasting room. It's a lot of a lot of fun people come here, and we have a nice variety of beers, especially inspired by styles that you'd find in Europe. And so you come here and you'll be sure to find some unique styles. And so we like to attract folks who are adventurous. But then again, we have something for everyone. So even if you're looking for a hoppy IPA, we've got some good hoppy IPAs too. So, but yeah, it's a great place. So we invite everybody to come on out.
Everybody's welcome. Also, I'll link Facebook and Instagram in the description below once this is done. And I also want to say thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Nate.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.